Hi, I'm Annemarie with Speak Confident English, and welcome to your Confident English lesson, the first lesson in 2018. Happy New Year, if I haven't already had the chance to tell you that. And what would be better than starting the new year with a lesson on getting fit and working out in English? It might be a total cliche, but everyone thinks about eating better, working out, and getting fit at the start of a new year. We can't help it. If you're like me, then over the holidays, you probably indulged a little bit too much. So it makes sense, right? That we'd want to focus on how to be a little bit more healthy and look good after the new year. So for today's Confident English lesson, we're going to focus on how English speakers talk about getting fit. What are some of the key expressions or interesting language that we use? And we'll also look at some great conversation starters or questions that you can use when you want to start a conversation with someone at the gym or someone in your running club. Today we're going to focus on how English speakers talk about their fitness goals and how they crush them. Now that's a really fun expression, to crush something. To crush something means that you press something so hard that you destroy its shape or you break it. For example, if you crush a bottle of water or a can. Now, if you do that, if you're going to crush a bottle of water and throw it away, make sure you recycle it, be good to the earth. But this is what it means to crush something, to press it so hard that you destroy it. However, we also use it in another context with a much more positive meaning. If you are crushing your goals, or if you're crushing your job at work, it means that you are dominating it. You are doing so well, beyond expectations. You're performing at 110%. At the beginning of a new year, we all have a lot of motivation and we're ready to crush our new goals and our fitness. For this lesson, I'm going to look at 3 different common situations that happen at the new year, and we'll use some advanced vocabulary to talk about them. One of these situations just might be similar to what you are doing right now. Situation number 1, accidental marathon. It's the new year, and you're feeling like you ate too much, you drank too much. So you and a friend decide on a whim at the last moment to sign up for a marathon. Have you ever signed up accidentally for a marathon? Maybe you weren't thinking so much about it, and in your mind you think, oh, it's so many months away. I have a lot of time to train and prepare. It'll be great. So you get online, you search Google for the next marathon near you, and boom, in April, you're signed up for a marathon. So it's January, your marathon is in April. You immediately go back to Google and you search for marathon training programs. You find over 100 websites and you start reviewing all of the different training schedules. And you start to realize just what a huge commitment it is to train for a marathon. But the good news about all of those training schedules is they are progressive training schedules. A progressive training schedule is training that gets a little bit more challenging with every week or every month. Each week builds on the previous week. Now, if it's a good schedule, it will give you the right advice, which is if you are new to running, you should definitely not immediately go out and run a 10-miler. A 10-miler, as we would say in American English, is simply a 10-mile run, or about 16 kilometers. Instead, as a beginner to a marathon schedule, you would have a combination of short and long runs throughout the week, And maybe your longest run that first week is a 5-miler or a 6-miler. As you continue each week, those runs get much longer, so you're probably going to create a playlist, a list of songs that you love running to. Now, if you're not new to running, if this is your second or third marathon, maybe you're going to set a PR. A PR is a personal record. And to set a personal record means that your goal is to do better, to run faster than your previous marathon. Now, maybe running isn't your thing. If something isn't your thing, it means you don't like it, you don't enjoy it. So for you, maybe your fitness goal at the start of the new year is to hit the gym. In other words, you go to the gym or you go work out. Maybe you join classes, get a personal trainer, or simply work out on your own. Now, maybe instead of lots of cardio like running and bicycling, you prefer HIIT workouts. A HIIT workout is high intensity interval training. These are workouts with short bursts or short time segments of intense cardio. You're working as hard as you can, and then you combine that with strength training. Strength training is focusing on specific muscles and building your strength. Strength training can include body weight movements where you only use the weight of your body to build strength, or weightlifting. A lot of body weight exercises are considered total body moves. What that means is they work many different muscle groups in your body at the same time. Or perhaps you prefer weightlifting, where you focus on one specific muscle and you lift a weight again and again, focused on that muscle group, whether it's your biceps, your shoulders, your legs, something specific. If you're not into HIIT workouts or strength training, then maybe you prefer something more like CrossFit, which has become hugely popular in the last several years. CrossFit is also focused on effectively building muscles and strength, but through lifting heavy. To lift heavy means to lift really heavy weights. And when you do that, you should always have a spotter. A spotter is someone who is going to be there next to you, making sure that you don't injure yourself, and they can help you if you need it as you're trying to lift those weights or put them back down. But maybe you don't love marathons and you don't love going to the gym for intense workouts, so situation 3 is more your style. Maybe you already work out regularly, and now that the holidays are over, you're ready to get back into your normal routine. And for you, it's all about balance and cross-training. Cross-training means doing different exercises and movements so that over a period of time, maybe over the period of a week, all of your different muscle groups get used. You work on stretching and flexibility and cardio. A common example of cross-training would be running or bicycling a few times a week for cardio, combined with maybe yoga or Pilates for flexibility and strength, with a little bit of weight training as well. Every day is something different, which helps you avoid getting bored with your workouts. And it's also great for preventing injuries when you're exercising. No matter what you're doing after the holidays, for most of us, the goal is to get fit. Now, before we finish with today's lesson on getting fit and using advanced language to talk about it, let's think about a few great questions for conversation starters. If you're going to the gym or you join a running club, you go to the same yoga class every day, you'll probably see the same people, and wouldn't it be nice to start a conversation and get to know some of the other people that you're working out with? To help you do that, here are a few common questions that native speakers use all the time to just start a conversation, have a little bit of small talk, and get to know someone. Number 1, have you taken a class with this instructor before? Number 2, if you're into that weightlifting or CrossFit, you might ask someone, would you mind spotting me? Or could you spot me? Remember, a spotter is that person who stands next to you to make sure that you don't injure yourself. So if you're asking someone to spot you, you're asking them to be that person next to you. Or you could start a conversation with a compliment, which is always super nice. For example, you could say, I really like your training shoes. Are they comfortable? And finally, if you're running with someone, training for that marathon, you might want some recommendations for a playlist. So you could ask someone, what are your favorite workout songs? Or what's on your playlist? And with that, you have a lot of new advanced vocabulary to help you talk about working out in English and starting conversations about fitness. As always, I do have some challenge questions for you today. After you watch this video, go to the online lesson, and at the end, I have a few questions for you. You can share your thoughts, your ideas in the comment section below. It's a great place to get to know others in the Confident English community, learn from each other, and get feedback. Whatever your fitness goals are for 2018, I hope you crush them. And I hope that you're ready to talk about them more easily in English. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week for your Confident English lesson.